We believe we live in a free world. We work hard for our money. We spend it how we choose. But what if this freedom was an illusion? What if the power over your money could be taken away with a few lines of code? This is the reality central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, could bring. Governments are racing towards this new form of money. CBDCs could give governments unprecedented control over our finances. Imagine a world where every transaction is tracked, where your money could be programmed to expire, restricted, even confiscated. It's a chilling thought, but one we can't ignore. For centuries, cash has been king. It's tangible, private, and free from central control. But the digital age is changing everything. Governments argue that CBDCs are simply a natural evolution of money, a digital upgrade for the modern world. They point to potential benefits, faster transactions, lower costs, and increased financial inclusion. But behind these promises lies a darker reality. The same technology that enables these benefits also grants governments immense power. The programmable nature of CBDCs means they can be controlled in ways unimaginable with physical cash. They can be used to dictate how we spend, where we spend, and even if we spend. This is a level of control that should concern every citizen, regardless of political affiliation. The good news is that we're not powerless. There's a solution emerging, a way to safeguard our financial freedom in this rapidly changing world. That solution is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency controlled by no government, no institution, no single entity. It operates on a global network, free from the whims of central banks and political agendas. With Bitcoin, you are in control. It's a powerful tool for preserving the financial sovereignty we risk losing with CBDCs. In the coming sections, we'll delve deeper into the dangers of CBDCs and explore how Bitcoin can empower you to protect your wealth and your freedom. Imagine a dollar bill. Now imagine that dollar bill existing solely as a digital record on a government-controlled system. That's the essence of a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. Unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which are decentralized, CBDCs are issued and controlled by a country's central bank. Think of it as a digital version of your national currency, but with a crucial difference: total government oversight. While proponents tout the potential for faster transactions and lower costs, the underlying technology is where things get concerning. CBDCs are programmable, meaning governments can embed rules and restrictions into the very fabric of the currency. The allure of control. Why governments are embracing CBDCs. On the surface, governments present CBDCs as a natural progression in the digital age. They promise increased financial inclusion, reduced crime by eliminating physical cash, and more efficient distribution of government funds. However, beneath this veneer of progress lies a deeper motivation: control. CBDCs offer governments an unprecedented level of control over the flow of money and, by extension, their citizens. Imagine being able to track every purchase a citizen makes down to the last penny. Imagine the ability to freeze bank accounts instantly, restrict spending on certain goods or services, or even set expiration dates on money to spur spending. This is the seductive power CBDCs offer to governments. A wolf in sheep's clothing, unmasking the true agenda. While governments emphasize the potential benefits of CBDCs, the risks to individual liberty and financial freedom are significant and cannot be ignored. The very features that make CBDCs appealing to governments, programmability, traceability, and centralized control, pose direct threats to the fundamental principles of a free and open society. In the next act, we'll delve deeper into the specific dangers CBDCs pose to your financial freedom and explore how these seemingly benign digital currencies could usher in an era of unprecedented financial surveillance and control. The death of privacy. Your financial life under a microscope. Imagine a world where every cup of coffee, every book, every online purchase is meticulously tracked and analyzed. This isn't the plot of a dystopian novel. It's the potential reality of a CBDC-driven world. With CBDCs, governments gain an unprecedented ability to monitor every transaction you make. Forget the anonymity of cash or the relative privacy of traditional banking. Every purchase leaves a digital trail, a breadcrumb leading straight back to you. Think about the implications. Governments could track your spending habits, analyze your political donations, even monitor your charitable contributions. This constant surveillance creates a chilling effect, discouraging dissent and limiting freedom of expression through financial choices. Programmable money, programmable lives, the end of free choice. CBDCs aren't just about tracking spending, they're about controlling it. The programmable nature of these digital currencies means governments can dictate how you use your own money. Imagine being told you've reached your monthly limit on gasoline, or that your funds can only be spent at government-approved businesses. This isn't far-fetched. It's the logical conclusion of programmable money. Governments could incentivize certain behaviors by offering discounts or penalize others by limiting spending on things deemed undesirable. This level of financial manipulation undermines personal autonomy and forces citizens to conform to government-dictated choices. The power to confiscate. When your money can be taken away, perhaps the most concerning aspect of CBDCs is the potential for outright confiscation. Because these currencies exist solely within a government-controlled system, they can be frozen or seized with the stroke of a key. Imagine disagreeing with a government policy and suddenly finding your bank account frozen, your access to funds revoked. This isn't a theoretical risk. It's a very real possibility in a CBDC-dominated world. Governments could use this power to silence dissent, punish political opponents, or even target specific groups. The implications for individual liberty and freedom of speech are deeply troubling. A slippery slope to financial serfdom. The dangers of CBDCs extend beyond immediate concerns about privacy and control. They represent a fundamental shift in the relationship between citizens and their money, one that could have lasting consequences for generations to come. As we become increasingly reliant on these government-controlled systems, we risk sleepwalking into a new era of financial serfdom. Our money, our choices, our very livelihoods could become beholden to the whims of those in power. The time to act is now, while we still have a choice. By understanding the risks of CBDCs and embracing alternatives like Bitcoin, we can chart a different course, one that preserves our financial freedom and secures a future where our money remains truly our own. Bitcoin, the antidote to centralized control. Central bank digital currencies concentrate power in governments and central banks. They threaten our privacy, freedom, and financial sovereignty. But there's hope. Bitcoin. Bitcoin contrasts centralized control. It's decentralized with no single entity in control. This makes Bitcoin powerful. Bitcoin operates on transparent, immutable rules. It's a resilient and trustworthy system, beyond control by those in power. Decentralization. The power of a distributed network. The heart of Bitcoin's resilience lies in its decentralized nature. Unlike central bank digital currencies, which are stored on central bank servers, Bitcoin exists on a distributed network of computers spread across the globe. This means there's no single point of failure. No government can shut it down, no corporation can censor it, and no individual can manipulate it. This distributed architecture ensures Bitcoin remains accessible and operational regardless of external pressures. This decentralization also fosters greater financial inclusion. Anyone with an internet connection can participate in the Bitcoin network, regardless of their location, credit score, or social standing. It's a truly open and accessible financial system. Fixed supply, a hedge against inflation and manipulation. One of the most insidious aspects of government-controlled fiat currencies is their susceptibility to inflation. Governments can print more money at will, devaluing existing currency and eroding the purchasing power of your hard-earned savings. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has a fixed supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence. This mathematical certainty is built into the code, making Bitcoin a scarce and deflationary asset. This inherent scarcity protects Bitcoin from the inflationary whims of central banks. As more people adopt Bitcoin and demand outstrips supply, its value is likely to increase over time, acting as a hedge against inflation and preserving your wealth. Self-custody, your keys, your coins, your freedom. With CBDCs, your money exists solely within a government-controlled system. They can track it, freeze it, even confiscate it. Bitcoin returns financial control to the individual through the concept of self-custody. When you hold Bitcoin, you have the option to store it in a personal wallet, secured by a unique set of cryptographic keys. These keys represent your ownership of your Bitcoin. No one else has access, not even the government. This means your Bitcoin can't be confiscated, censored, or devalued by third parties. It's a powerful tool for protecting your wealth and asserting your financial sovereignty in an increasingly uncertain world. Charting your course, practical steps to avoid CBDC dependence. Understanding the risks of CBDCs is crucial, but knowledge without action is meaningless. The good news is there are practical steps you can take today to reduce your reliance on these potentially controlling systems and safeguard your financial freedom. First and foremost, consider diversifying your savings. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket, especially if that basket is controlled by an entity with the power to restrict your access. Explore alternatives like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Remember, even small allocations to decentralized assets can make a difference. Start gradually, learn as you go, and prioritize self-custody options where you control the keys to your funds. To embracing alternatives. Diversifying beyond the system. Beyond cryptocurrencies, consider diversifying into other assets that lie outside the traditional financial system. Physical assets like gold and silver have long served as safe havens during times of economic uncertainty. Real estate, art, and even collectibles can also hold value and provide a hedge against inflation. The key is to diversify your holdings, spreading your risk and reducing your exposure to any single point of control. Additionally, explore alternative marketplaces and payment systems. Support businesses that accept cryptocurrencies or consider participating in local barter networks. The more we diversify our options, the less reliant we become on any single system, including those controlled by governments. A future of freedom, building a world beyond centralized control. The fight for financial freedom goes beyond individual action. It's about creating a future where decentralized systems empower individuals, foster innovation, and promote greater economic equality. Engage in the conversation. Educate your friends and family about the risks of CBDCs and the potential of alternatives like Bitcoin. Support organizations and initiatives that champion financial privacy and individual sovereignty. Remember, change rarely comes from the top down. It starts with individuals questioning the status quo, demanding transparency, and actively shaping the world they want to see. By embracing decentralized technologies and promoting financial literacy, we can build a future where our money empowers us, not controls us. We stand at a crossroads. The path ahead is fraught with uncertainty. Central bank digital currencies with their veiled promises and hidden dangers loom large, but we are not powerless. The time to act is now, before the window of opportunity closes. Don't wait for the government to dictate how you can use your own money. Don't wait for your financial freedom to be eroded by policies designed to control and manipulate. The tools for self-sovereignty are available. We just need to embrace them. Start small, but start today. Learn about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Explore self-custody wallets and take control of your financial destiny. The future of money is being written right now, and we have the power to choose a different path. This isn't just about individual action, it's about a collective awakening. We need to talk about these issues, educate ourselves and others, and demand greater transparency from our elected officials. The more people who understand the potential consequences of CBDCs and the importance of decentralized alternatives, the stronger our collective voice becomes. Share this video with your friends, family, and social networks. Spark a conversation. Together, we can push back against encroaching financial surveillance and build a future where money empowers individuals, not governments. The future of money is in our hands. Let's make sure it's a future of freedom. We've journeyed deep into the heart of a looming financial revolution, one that could reshape our relationship with money and redefine the very meaning of financial freedom. The choices we make today will determine the course of this revolution. Central bank digital currencies, for all their touted benefits, represent a dangerous consolidation of power. They offer governments an unprecedented level of control over our financial lives, threatening our privacy, our autonomy, and our very livelihoods. The stakes have never been higher. Our financial sovereignty, our ability to transact freely, our very right to privacy, these are the things we stand to lose if we remain passive observers in this unfolding narrative. But there is another way, a path that leads away from centralized control and towards a future where individuals are empowered, not subjugated. That path is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more than just a digital currency. It's a movement, a global awakening to the possibilities of a decentralized future. It's a tool for reclaiming our financial sovereignty, for transacting freely and privately, for building a world where money empowers, not controls. The time for complacency is over. Time for action is now. Educate yourself, embrace the power of self-custody, and join the growing chorus of voices demanding a future where financial freedom is not a privilege, but a right. Choose freedom. Choose Bitcoin. The future of money is in our hands.